No, Donnie, I do not moan when I fart. Thanks for asking. Hi, fellas. How are you pals doing? Welcome! We're gonna play a video game in a second. Wouldn't that be wacky? Video games. I see Ferret. I see Partly. I see Donnie. I see a host. Ah! Ah! Clear the notification! Ah! And I see Mumcar. The bastard. Hi, welcome. How you doing? Is this Xenosaga music? No. No. It was final boss music from Xenoblade. Anyway, today's gonna be wacky. Today's gonna be wacky because we thought we were done. I mean, we all knew an epilogue was coming, but game sure as hell made us think we were done. 'Tis not true. Oh, I see a Thomas. Hey, how you doing? We got a good amount of people here at the start. This is neat. This is good. In that case, I think we'll go ahead and jump in. I thought it was Yuki Kaijura. I don't know who the composers of Xenoblade are. I presume, just based on your judgment, that they aren't the same. But I'm a fake gamer about as much as I'm a fake Homs. We got the gang +1. We always think we're done with John Xenoblade's adventures. Even in the main game, it was like, this is the climax. No, this is the climax. No, this is the climax. Hold on. Judging from the waveform, we're a little louder than usual. How is volume? How is volume? How are things? I tried to mess with audio before the stream to try and eliminate the Blue Yeti background hiss. Not possible. Couldn't do it. Just accepting it. I'll get a new mic soon. How many times did we say it was the point of no return without it being the point of no return? Yeah, the only point of no return was the very, very end. Yes, we had at least 2 things that I thought were the point of no return. Anyway, we're gonna hop into a video game. I always want you to up the volume. More than that, I feel like, probably. Okay, we're gonna hop in. Xenoblade. Nintendo Switch. How long was the last chapter? I don't remember. Took 2 streams. Took 2 streams. Says this is 12 hours, apparently. Oh, this will take 4 streams then. I don't know how many. I don't remember how many hours specifically it took to finish the last chapter, but I'm gonna guess around 5-ish. Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, today we're starting the extra story, the epilogue that was added to Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. 9 years after the original story. Original game came out in 2011. The Definitive Edition came out earlier this year. So this is a completely... The draw of this story isn't necessarily that... it ties up loose ends as much as they want you to think that's what it does. The idea of this story is you get more Xenoblade with some of the same characters 9 years after the original. So I've heard mixed things about what the story of this is like, but I don't know what the story actually is, and have basically no idea going in, except for that some of the mechanics act a little bit differently. You don't get the full party again, but I don't know what the story's like, so we're gonna hop in. I need to acknowledge again the super neat bonus title screen that you get when you beat the game. Only one way to find out what this is all about. This is true. All right. So down here at the bottom, we got extra story in a different font. Let's hop in. A thing I had no idea about until I did a test earlier is that, please show me. The extra story gets its own title screen. Didn't know that. I did a test at the start to make sure that it wouldn't like be in the same 3 save files that I've been working with, because I'm currently working my way through the New Game Plus because I'm crazy and can't get enough of this game. I'm at 80 hours now. Yeah, this is neat. I like it. Get an extra title screen. Back to main game. Got options of its own. Do I need to do anything? Battlefield BGM. I guess we'll change to arranged for this one, even though presumably we're gonna have a couple new songs. Notifications all the same. Yeah, I think this is all identical to where we were in the first playthrough, so cool. Just change soundtracks and then jump in. New songs, Pog. I'm ready. I'm ready to hear. I know there's a, I don't know if it's like a full new soundtrack, but there's a couple things to, there's a couple new things, I think. We have Hero Pon. I'm okay with this. About that, you'll see. I do know one thing about the story. Hero porn. Please grow. All right, let's jump into a new game. I've technically seen 5 seconds of gameplay of this, and those 5 seconds were me walking, because I skipped through all the cutscenes at the start just to run tests and make sure the save worked.
That symbol.
That symbol.
Today, we use our power to fell a god, and then seize our destiny.
Imagine somehow accidentally jumping into this without knowing the story of the first one. How's game audio? Do I need to change anything here? Regardless, I should pay attention.
All that I am is fading. The memory of a god's existence, born from the chaos of creation. It is vanishing.
What were you looking at? The sea?
I wasn't looking at anything in particular. If anything, Fiora, I was thinking. Thinking about the future that awaits us all.
1 year later? Epic. Pog. That's a ship. Yes, fair. That was one of the ending cutscenes. Two of the ending cutscenes of the main game. There's Alchemoth.
There it is.
Melia, we're in sight of Alchemoth.
All right, I'm on my way.
Oh, she sounds different. The cast is all the same, but she sounded different. You could tell it was performance 9 years later. Okay. RIP. I take it Shulk crafted his own new Monado. That looks very different. And also there's no more Monado. Like how we just jumped in without me providing any context of what happened last time. That's a Telethia. They still exist. Yeah, I like the implication that when Shulk recreated the universe as a god, which was the ending of the game, for those who don't remember, when Shulk recreated the universe, he made Telethia again, which were specifically created to be an army for Zanza. He's like, okay, you can still be here, you just can't be God's army anymore. Oh. That was a dramatic. Welcome to the Bionis shoulder, which is just floating. Back the fuck up, Cam. I'll explain some things later.
Phew. Guess we're still in one piece.
Quite. What in the world was that?
Yeah, Melia's performance is very different.
It happened so quickly that I didn't get a good look myself.
I mean, I don't blame the actress. This was recorded 9 years later.
I saw some flickering around the capital. Then suddenly, a black beam.
Shulk's definitely still Shulk. This is very true.
A black beam. some new defensive measure, perhaps. The junks. Can it fly?
Have we checked?
Some components sustained heavy damage. It won't budge until we can swap them out.
So I take it the story's gonna start out as simple as we crashed, we need parts to fly again.
Right.
It's fine. They're not particularly rare parts. They'll have them in Alchemoth.
You make it sound very simple. Remember, we are still very much in the dark here.
Good thing I came prepared. We'll probably be needing this.
Sister Bond, watch out on Roy!
What?
I take care of it. Kino handle left side. Gotcha!
Those voices.
Are those? It's Kino and Nene.
Who we know. Also, no one acknowledged that one of them's named Nene. Please hold your collective tongues.
What are they doing here?
Well, Donnie likes Kino.
Shulk, we must help them.
Of course.
Oh, the motion blur. Those Hero Pawn's offspring? Perhaps? Gameplay differences. Okay, they're just gonna outline them here at the start. Nay, I did it. Thank you, Thomas. I do appreciate that Donnie liked the other one more. Kino's a very specific word in my vocabulary. Oh, I know. Some elements of this new adventure are very different from the adventures so far. The most major points will be introduced on the following pages. As you progress through the adventure, instead of chain attacks, you will unlock an all-new system for performing all-out attacks. You'll still require a segment of the gauge to revive fallen allies. In the new adventure, Shulk has lost his power to see visions. This makes sense! This calls for more caution than before when it comes to your enemy's most powerful attacks. Some allies will battle in ways not present before. The skill tree system has been removed, presumably because the adventure just doesn't last long enough to justify it. There are further changes, so keep an eye out for them as you play. Okay. Okay, that all makes sense to me. Of course, Shulk wouldn't have his visions anymore because, the universe was rebuilt, and there are no gods now. It makes sense to not have chain attacks, given that we don't have anyone else. So, one of the selling points of this was that it will presumably wrap up some loose ends in Melia's story in particular. We start at level 60. We got Lake Fami and Cruz Pagools again, who I will promptly ignore because we have more important things to handle right now. God is dead, we sure as shit we're the ones that made it like that. Oh, okay, they handled one.
Next in line to get face full of mild down.
Which is, I assume, a watered down version of Wild Down. That was one of Ryan's moves.
Anyone so much as breathe this way, rifle of Kino go blah blah blah.
Kino, Nene, are you hurt?
Meh.
Let us help too.
Miss Melia, Mr. Shulk. Help very welcome. More is always merrier.
Who next in line to get a face full of watch me whip? Unhappy with you. Okay, so we immediately have Kino thrown into the party. Oh, Kino and Nene, but I'll just leave Kino there, I suppose. We'll do this the way it was set up here at the start. Okay, Melia's everything seems the same, which makes sense. I imagine Shulk and Melia probably have all of the same moves that we ended with. This doesn't actually, like, build off of your save data or anything. This is treated as a completely separate game. But I guess we have everything that we would have at level 60. I don't know if we learn new arts past that. I don't know if there are any arts we did have that we don't have anymore, but that went quick. That went quick. It's just a bunch of animals. I think you guys are overreacting.
Big sis, we did it! Job is good one, Kino.
Job is good one.
That was amazing, you two.
I didn't see it.
It was like seeing Ryan and Sharla fighting together again.
Oh. Thank you for reminding me, game, that they are not here.
Just so. Fitting. For children of Hereupon Ricky's household.
There's your answer, Ferret.
No injuries, Kino?
Fuck yeah.
Nene, very, very sorry.
Nene? Nene or Nene? The Hans said Nene. Nene said Nene.
Kino, not so good with strangers.
Oh.
Oh, really? Most interesting.
You're shy? How intriguing. Tell me more.
Please do not take personally.
If we stay here, there is a risk of another attack. We should move to a safer location.
Very well. Is this acceptable?
Plenty acceptable.
Kino is literally me. This is not a drill.
Right. Let's go.
So you said that the game was a little loud earlier. I did turn it 2 decibels down. Is that any... I turned it 2 decibels down just before the battle. Could you hear me fine during the battle? Was everything fine and good and dandy? Epic. Fantastable.
This place looks promising. We can take a break here.
They kind of just threw us into this. So far, this is just the plot of Pikmin, but also
So tell us,
Hereupons children are
What
here.
were you two doing out there? Rather, how did you even get here at all?
Yeah, that was my first question. What? I wasn't gonna say it until the game said it, that they were Hereupons kids. I did know. But as soon, like, I didn't expect them to just, like, be vibing in the middle of nowhere.
About that.
Melia, I think these two must have come on the junks.
What?
Kinda figured they were stowaways.
Are you quite sure, Shulk?
When you consider their relative positions, I think it's quite credible.
The
What?
capital, on the Bionis shoulder.
So,
Ah. So that is where the junks comes in then. I appreciate it. But even though we won peace with Zanz's defeat, the rebuilding continues. Much remains to be done.
I realize that. And I also know that you've been putting in every effort.
So why then?
If the capital is on the shoulder, there are people there. I thought you'd want to go.
Shulk. That's...
We could be there and back in less than half a day.
Hello. Oh my god.
Me, me, me.
Okay, so Kino snuck on, and Nene followed him. Saw him hiding behind a box. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Elias shocked 2 child-sized beanbag chairs snuck themselves onto a giant ship.
Kino, may be better to explain. We're just on a little strolly stroll when we suddenly hear voices. Now, Kino. Nene watched Kino with eyes of Rogel.
Eyes of Rogel.
Kino, follow Mr. Shulk from behind and do some sneak peekings. Mama, Sister Pon followed Kino and sneak peek on too. Meh.
So you stowed away like I thought.
Shocker, that one.
But what for?
Kino always look up to Dedapon. Want to become mighty Heropon too.
Cringe.
I'm certain
Don't have
Ricky would
dreams.
be most proud. But how did that lead to you boarding our vessel?
Well, they're going to epic uncharted Bionis Shoulderland. He can go murder wildlife just like his dad up on there.
He see opportunity to help people who in trouble. That way can become friends with people everywhere.
Nah, I think he wanted to massacre the wildlife.
Mighty Heropon make friends with every toe step. Or so Dedapon say, at least.
Can we acknowledge that in the main game, Ricky said Daddy Pawn. Here they changed it to Dada Pawn. Feel like they had ample reason to.
I see. That does explain things.
Many sorries. It's not fault of Sister Pon. He's not scored Nene. Fault is of Kino only. Kino. Sincere sorries. Kino wanted to repay debt. Dadapon and Mamapon take Kino in when Kino all alone.
You were alone.
Is truth. One day, out of blue, Dedapon bring Kino home. Said, here is Brotherpon. That day, nobody made comment. Everyone except Kino. Kino, more happy they could say. That why want to become Heropon and repay debt to family. You're really sorry.
Kino, you do your family honor. Yours is a most noble sentiment. I am utterly certain that Ricky and Oka are proud of you too.
Utterly certain. Thank you, Shulk.
Actually, Melia and I are in a bit of trouble right now. We could use the help.
For really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Kino must. You really twist wing, but fine. We'll allow to be sidekicks of Kino.
Uh-huh, here we go.
Kino? Wrong word. Supposed to say friends.
That's not what Dadapon says. Shulk, her name's Melia, not Melier. Ricky saying things and his children saying things, they're different. I know, I wanted to make funny joke. Daddy Pon
So-
funny word.
We'll be heading for the capital to find parts for the junks.
Yes, about that. It's a bit of a hike, but could we check out that cape?
Of course.
Explain.
He's curious. He's dumb.
I'm a bit concerned. What you said about defensive measures.
You fear we may come under fire again.
Oh, okay.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It is true. Caution frequently pays off in the long run. The cape it is.
Great. It's settled.
Legend of Hero Volcano! It all starts here! Mehey!
They're probably gonna get annoying real fast, but right now, I love them. I am so happy to have them. Event theater's been added to the title screen. You can watch messages. Change weather, time of day. Yeah. Okay. Cool and nice. Oh my god. Okay, we got... Shocker, Xenoblade's got a big map right now. I'm seeing what I can only assume and find out in a... Oh god. Hi, Machna Ansel. Hello, friend. How are you?
Understood. I'm feeling it.
So I suppose I should switch to Kino to figure out what his deal is. Because, like, we know how Melia and Shulk work, and judging from this, Melia works the same. Explain. Fuck, why is that funny? Man, I like 400 kids for 3 pounds of pure fucking Chad energy. Might be good, but they're no daddy pawn. We have a whole ass dab in our party. What? What do you mean?
Let's stay focused.
Kino and sidekicks are undefeatable. Good. Okay, so we've got, I assume, what's a heart-to-heart substitute here. Quiet moment. Get to know each other in the quiet moments. Investigate an icon. If you don't already meet the conditions for viewing a given scene, feel free to come back to it when you do. Any quiet moments you've investigated will be added to a list found under quiet moments in the main menu's collectible section. Okay. So switch to Melia and Nene. Okay. There's no no affinity chart, which honestly I'm really happy about. So I'm glad that we can just view these. Nene, fuck you. Fuck you.
These flowers, don't they smell heavenly?
They're voice acted! Oh my god! The heart-to-hearts were not voice acted. Thank the Lord! Thank Zanza. Don't thank Zanza. That bitch fucking dead.
Miss Melia is big fan of flowers?
Yes, because of my mother. When I was young, she often asked for my help with the villa's flower beds. How about you, Nene?
Nene also loves flowers very much.
I see. Then we have something in common. Before, when I spoke of them to a Homs friend, she said flowers are nice, but nothing beats a warm dinner. I got no understanding from her.
Who said that?
Finally, fate sent me someone I can communicate with.
What Miss Melia say about dinner?
Oh, just talking to myself. The dinner part wasn't really relevant.
But Nene big fan of dinner too.
Me too.
Most of all, pollen orbs from factory in Frontier Village. They so very soft and so yummy scrummy.
Okay, can't relate to that one.
Look, that's not... Hold on.
Meme?
When you said you love flowers, did you mean as a foodstuff?
A food stuff.
There is meaning other than?
I should have known. You're one of them.
You're one of them.
Nene, listen. Flowers are not simply special because they can be eaten. We can admire their beauty, or use them to create ornaments and works of art. And that is a great part of their charm.
Ornaments.
Ornament.
Meme! Oh yes, Nene remember. Long ago, Dedapon make Mamapon flower crown for giver's gift.
Oh.
Ricky did that. That Nopon has hidden depth.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, wait. Ricky made a flower crown?
In any case, I would like it if you also had an interest in inedible flowers.
Nope.
If you did, then you too, just like your mother in her own day, may know the joy she felt.
Nope. Can't munch. Don't care.
Okay, the next time Nene find flowers that cannot eat, Nene will make pretty flower crown for Miss Melia.
Oh.
Huh?
To eyes and Nene, Miss Melia look most bestest in blue. What think?
While I appreciate the offer greatly, weren't you originally of the regarding flowers as food persuasion?
Meh? If you make pollen orbs from not eatable flowers, they bitter and not tasty.
Yes, a fair point. It is just as you say. So Nopon see different but equal value in flowers depending on whether they're edible. Maybe it was foolish in the first place to try and choose only one while discounting the other.
Subtlety.
Well then, I will humbly accept the sign of your affection.
Nene, roger that.
And yet, why do it for me? Won't Kino and Shulk feel left out?
There is very good reason. Nene just want to see smiling face of Miss Melia, bright as sun rays.
Oh my.
Mimi, something wrong? Nene, not say anything weird.
No, not at all. It was just how sincerely you said it. I should take a leaf out of your book.
Meh?
Precious Nene, I look forward to the gift.
Nene, pull out all stops.
Although, I would feel a bit awkward were I the only one to wear one. Why don't we make them together and exchange them afterwards?
Mimi? That sound wonder marvelicious.
Oh, I hate that. Precious Nene. I hate that more.
Is deal. No, in fact, is unbreakable promise.
Yes, naturally.
I'm curious now if this will be followed up on. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna switch party out. First, let's check arts. We can level things up. And it basically just assumes we have the intermediate arts manuals for everything. So that's interesting. I'm going to level up / because what else would I do? Oh, they are straight up. Wow. Okay, they're straight up stand-ins for Charla and Rhine. Look at their arts. Healy Bullet. Heal Bullet. Heal Kaboom. Heal, oh, what was that? Heal Blast. Heal Round Around. Heal Round. Okay, so I don't need to learn new characters. I am oddly comforted by this. I was kind of, I mean, to a degree I was excited. Oh, I get to learn new character. Also intimidated by the prospect of learning new character. So, to be perfectly honest, completely fine with just having Nopon Rhine. So, in that case, party-wise, I think I'm, in terms of combat, I would most like to have Shulk, Melia, and Nene. But I don't want Kino to be completely left out, so I'm going to keep Kino in the party for now. I guess that means I don't need to specifically play as any of them because I'm not, like, learning anything new. But, you know what? I'm going to play as Nopon Rhine for now. Like how Ricky's kids sound like normal-ass people with weird grammar. And Ricky sounds like the homunculus I keep in my bathroom! Did Nene just do the Tim Allen noise? How do we feel about the fact that they just are clones of the existing characters? It's interesting. So I suppose I need to track down all the, very gentle. I suppose I need to track down all the, oh, what is this? Glad Taunt. Why is there a bow on her talon art? Oh, I suppose I need to go through and outfit them with the arts I had for them. Because I had a pretty specific I've been using lately a pretty specific play style for Rhine. So I'm gonna go through and switch everyone's arts in a bit. If she doesn't say it's Nene time, I'm a sue. I'll be very angry if she says it's Nene time. Alright, so we're keeping mild down. Shield Curse Smash. Angry. Engage instead of angry. Otis. She does have Magnum Starch. Okay, so there was an art I never used in in the playthrough that I've discovered in New Game Plus that I really like. That is it's called Magnum Charge. Here it's Magnum Starch, and it basically trades out the it's basically an alternative to the talent art, which just increases aggro. This increases arts damage instead. So Ryan, and by extension Nene, can actually be really good good offensive characters that aren't simply focused on aggro. Imagine Donovan's bathroom homunculus pops out and it screams, "It's Nene time!" Just want to hate on Nene, don't you, Cam? I don't want her to say it's Nene time. Is that hatred? I feel like that's justified. All right, is this roughly what I had? I think so. In that case, I'll go ahead and upgrade some things. I can upgrade one thing. I'll go mild down. Not shield curse smash. There anything I need for Melia? I think this is roughly what I had for Melia. Reflection. Ether barrier that causes attacks to rebound on the enemy. Ooh. I'm gonna do that instead of sleep. Just wanna hate, I know it. And then, oh god, noggin shot. That is headshot in, that is headshot for Darla. I'm probably not gonna play as Kino all that much, just because I apologize, Charlotte's not very fun to play as. Not a rare opinion, I know, and one that I expressed a couple times in the main playthrough, but I wonder, are we gonna get, is it just gonna be these two? Or do you think we're gonna get stand-ins later for the other characters? Would love a specific Ricky clone. Magna and Cell, okay. Hammer beat is just the same. Am I missing it? I am missing everything. Okay, attack me. Please? Oh, that didn't even... Okay. Plot twist standing for Ricky himself. I mean, that would be epic. What if I accidentally read purposefully out of fear? Flush him down the toilet, Donnie. Wow, this thing has very high speed. It's dodging everything. I imagine this would be going a lot better if we had Shulk in the party as a damage dealer. Okay, I'm seeing the party gauge go up in the top left. It has said that we don't have Union Strike. Team up with Pawn Specters for a fierce attack. I'm sorry, Union Strike? So that seems to be the stand-in for chain attacks. Now, how differently are they going to act? Because, you know, it wouldn't rename them and give me a specific, like, pop-up about it if it was a completely different thing. This fight is going very slowly. My apologies. Because I really can't hit it, it seems. My talent gauge isn't going up. Okay, it's about to die. Thank you, Melia. Pretty sure Melia was the only one doing damage there. Because her ether attacks can't miss, I think. I heard Nene. General Strike, Comrade Nene. Okay, I don't want to fight another Magna and Cell. Not till we're leveled up a bit, because that was long.
Nene, hungry for action. I expect nothing short of our very best. Witness true power of hero born in training.
True power of hero pawn in training. So, this is begging the question. I assumed that the Bionis and the Mechonis were killed, dead, whatever, erased from existence when Shulk remade the universe. Because what is now the title screen and what was the ending shot of the game was like what looked to me like a limb of the Bionis just like lying in the water. And the shoulder here is like seemingly suspended in the air. So I'm very curious what the story behind that is. I suppose that'll probably be explained. That's not a thing we're just supposed to know. It's like, what? Why is it Angel Island? Why is it in the sky? Shulk, what did you do? I mean, the backstory here is that the reason this is on the Bionis shoulder is that the Bionis shoulder is a huge area that exists in the game files for Xenoblade, way back to the Wii version, and there were theories that it was going to be implemented in the game and never was. The devs have since said that it only existed for testing purposes, but people were still curious about it anyway, of course, and so playing on the Bionis shoulder, an unused area, is supposed to be a big deal. So that's why that's a thing, even though from my interpretation of the ending, that doesn't make much sense. I simply assumed there was no longer such a thing as the Bionis. Clearly I'm wrong. Oh wow, that did like... I used Magnum Charge and then Sword Drive, and that did like half of the Ridge Antol's health. Maybe it's just the shoulder and there's nothing beside it. It's floating. Not sure why that is. Nothing besides it, like it's the last thing left. Better come up with a good explanation for that video game, because you told me Shulk had complete control over what the universe would look like. He said no gods, there was no more Bionis. Why are there remnants of the Bionis? Hello, my fellow rats inside of trench coats. Hello, Kremlin. How are you? I'm playing as one of Hero Pawn Ricky's children, and said child is named Nene. Welcome to Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected. How are you? Current party, Nene. It is Nene, but yes, it is Nene. The current party is Melia, Shulk, Nene, and Kino. No more Rein, no more Sharla, no more everyone else, but Nene's moveset is literally just a clone of Rein's. Kino's is literally a clone of Sharla's. So that's mildly funny. Anyway, so far this just feels like our plane, which is probably the idea. No himbos is a problem, gotta say. Yeah, but we got Nene as a replacement. Nene hungry for action. Okay, Nene's damage output is shockingly low. We're actually not doing a very good job of holding on to aggro here. They got funny Nopon renames of all of the characters' original moves. Shield Bash is now Shield Curse Smash. And things to that effect. I snort every time I hear you say the word Nene. I had no idea what their names were. I was not expecting this. Oh my god, why is the ether deposit blacked out? Special tool in order to mine here. That's new. Interesting. I was all excited as soon as I saw that, because I no longer have a completely full inventory, because the game treats this as a completely separate game from the original. So my inventory is empty. I can mine crystals again. Once I get the thing. Anyway. This place seems to be a camp. Yeah. Oh. Bunches of Hyentia. Shulk, I assume whenever you remade the Hyentia race,
Many bird people here.
I assume when you recreated the race of the Hyentia that you removed the gene where they mutate into Telethia. I would hope so.
Are there really only high Entia living here?
Oh there, strangers.
Oh there.
Ah, hello.
It's Jonathan himself. What was that name? Maxis?
I see. You've had a rough time of it. However, I suggest you steer clear of Alchemoth. Even if you do somehow get there in one piece, don't expect the transporters to be running.
Oh? Why's that?
The thing that shot at you was no defense platform. It was a monster we've taken to calling the Fog King.
The Fog King?
Yeah. Suddenly showed up in Alchemoth a few months back.
From what I gather, you're from the Imperial Guard. Are the swords you carry just for show?
Taking a sword to it is folly. It laughs at our attacks.
Jeez. Melia's first response is, "You're the guard. Why aren't you doing it? Are you fucking incompetent?"
It's like hacking at smoke. Blows pass clean through it.
That's wacky.
Must be Ghost. Ghost not shoot beams, dum-dum.
Thank you.
So that's why you call it the Fog King?
We fought in defense of our home. We were ready to die, and many of us did. But in the end, it won us nothing at all. The Fog King's attacks tore into us hard.
So are they here as, like, refugees? Like, they fled because of the Fog King? Or is this the place the Fog King has been a threat to? Like, did you flee Alchemoth? Or...
Eventually, we gathered the Hyentia and anyone else we found, and gave up the capital, so that we might live.
Oh no.
How awful.
My grieving heart belongs there. Our heartland, our capital. Yet I cannot even mourn it.
Maxis,
Huh? Yes?
please, you have to tell us how to get inside.
Shulk, be serious.
Boy, are you hard of hearing?
I heard you.
Then you should know better.
Yeah, but I got the fake Monado.
No matter the situation, we have to go. If I fix the junks, we can all leave this place. Then, once we're in Colony 9, we can make plans to retake Alchemoth.
No point.
Why not?
Shulk, do you think we took all that lying down?
Huh?
We're not stupid, you know. We did all we could. It's true. I want to go home. But that's a dream that won't come to pass, and it already cost too many lives.
Maxis.
I understand where you're coming from. Still, I have to be blunt with you. Let it go.
Did Shulk and Melia already know that Alchemoth was, like, completely vacated when
No.
coming here? Or did they just... Is this new information to all? I assume new information to all.
Judging from the speech, I can't see us convincing him.
So this means we're stuck here?
Quite a predicament, Empress Melia.
Who? You certainly look
Who are
evil.
you? How do you know my name?
Well, you're the Empress. That's usually... People usually know the names of such people.
I humbly beg your pardon. Gelgar, at your Majesty's service. Formerly of the Personal Protection Division of the Alchemoth Guard Regiment.
Is that so? Then the pardon is mine to beg, Sir Gelgar. And please, dispense with the Majesty.
Perish the thought, your Majesty. The recent war has rid us of the wicked purebloods.
Open your... I'm sorry. Where are we gonna go with this?
A new age dawns, and we half-breeds are chosen for its caretakers.
Are we about to do a funny both sides racism now? Are we about to do a funny... The purebloods eugenics bad? And the plot of this one is going to be, let's do it back to them? Is this what we doing? Is this what we doing? Because you better handle that with some fucking nuance before you start saying victims also bad.
With you, Lady Melia, as our shining paragon, I cannot but address you as Majesty.
I have no patience for wheedling. Especially from knaves who spit on their ancestors.
Damn.
I would never dream of doing such. I merely spoke plain truth, no more.
Please open your eyes.
As you wish. But the Majesty address is burdensome to me.
If you absolutely insist. Until you deign to acquiesce, Lady Melia will have to suffice.
This will have to suffice until you give in, until you submit.
So kind, Sir Gelgar.
Make no mention of it, Lady Melia.
Well, we're not supposed to like him.
Sir Gelgar, we really need to get to Alchemoth, no matter what.
Ah, yes. I have heard your exchange with Maxis. Hindering the Empress's triumph. A narrow-minded fool, if ever there was one. To begin the authentication process, one must raise their hand to the transporter.
Okay.
The device is configured in such a way that only some of the High Entia in this land and the Imperial family may pass.
So we're doing Aerith C again.
Hence, Lady Melia should not have the slightest issue activating it.
A similar mechanism to the tombs, then.
That's our ticket into Alchemoth.
Yes.
Tasty news! Friend Gelgar is good friends!
Tasty news! Listen, kid, I know you're too young to understand racism, but he just said it's good that the filthy purebloods are dead.
Kind thanks, bird mister.
Not at all. I am but a humble servant in Lady Melia's employ. If it not displease my ladyship too grossly, may I offer you my companionship on your journey?
So we about to have another party member?
I have a modicum of skill with the blade. Please rest assured.
I appreciate the offer, but must refuse. We do not lack for strength.
Indeed. A great shame. Should the need arise, I shall remain ready to serve.
Certainly. By the way, Sir Gelgar, this outpost appears to consist of naught but soldiers. Where might all the other refugees reside?
This is true.
They dwell beyond the Grandel ramparts, which lie below this point.
They live at a remove from you, then?
Yes, because of the machina who live there.
Go on.
What do you mean?
Might you have forgotten? When the war broke out, it was the machina's treachery that lit the fuse.
Jesus Christ, you're just gonna... This guy walks up to me and is just like, oh, okay, racism that way, racism that way.
Were it not for them, we needn't have lost our brethren and our home.
You couldn't stand the machina and thus moved away?
That's literally what this is. This camp is a bunch of refugees who left because they are racist.
Precisely.
That... I no longer wish to help anyone here. The literal foundation of this is those people bad, move away from them, I don't want to be near them.
But the war is concluded, Sir Gelgar.
Some simply cannot let go so easily.
Melia, shall we go see for ourselves?
Ah, yes. Very well. Sir Gelgar, we will take our leave of you now.
Thank God.
Do please take care of yourselves. You'll find passage to the capital through the Cragmore Caverns.
But we won the war. That means the end of racism. Oh, it's Gilgamesh. Even racist. I don't think he's opened his eyes for a day in his life.
See you friend later. Please to be extra careful of Sam.
Why are we okay with this man? Why is Melia the only one who has a visible problem with him? Everyone else is just, thank you very much.
The same to you all.
Just because he's a racist who is polite to us doesn't mean he's not racist. Kino is racist. Kino is racist. You can buy weapons and armor in shops. Yeah, in this chapter of your adventures, you will not find armor among the spoils for defeating monsters, but you may find weapons. Okay. So we need the shops this time. Probably a good change, honestly. That was one system that I virtually never interacted with in the main game. No lack of people having problems on the Bionis shoulder. Through completing the quest they give you, you'll obtain rewards such as money and equipment and new color variations suitable for use as cosmetics. Okay, whoa, lots of quests.
Yes?
I would have hoped Heropon would have raised Kino to not be racist. Kino, he not friend, he the CEO of racism. Melia being a queen like usual. This game's getting things accurate. What the racist was polite to me, so we're gonna be okay with it for now. Yeah. I know it is no business of mine to be asking outsiders, but would you consider assisting us with a hunt? Some of our people sustained injuries while out on the last one, leaving us somewhat short-staffed. But friend, give teensy bit more explain. I'm Nene, but I just sound like Heropon. Go down from here in the direction of the lake. You'll arrive at Navir Highland. Find Magna X. Collect Iron Hearts. Okay, 4X Iron Hearts. Don't do the side quests, they racist. It was not too much trouble to ask, but I meant Kino being a racist shy boy. He's socially awkward. Oh, so fair. Like there's a little squeak in my throat there. And is also Ryan Gosling, who we know is racist. I don't know of Ryan Gosling being racist. Won't be here for that long. We wanted to stop by for a bit. Hi there. Hi, Raymond. How you doing? Welcome. We are basically just getting started with Future Connected. We just got to the first camp. How are you? We're discussing how this whole camp is racist. Have you played any of Future Connected? Okay, that one only had one quest, looks like. Whatever shall I do? Do you want to mine this ether? I do too. Please give me info. Caranel. Assisting in research. Come now, don't make those faces. It's an easy task, I swear. I'll take the grimace as a happily, ma'am, shall I? Developed a tool for exploiting ether deposits. You're used to being able to mine run-of-the-mill ether deposits. That won't work here on the Bionis shoulder. The deposits are too dense, so you need a specialized implement, i.e. this. Previous iterations of the ether pick were pretty heavy machinery, though, requiring training and a license to operate. Okay, so do this quest to get a pick. Excavate an ether deposit using the common ether pick. There's a recommended level on these. That's interesting. I mean, I appreciate that. That's one quality of life thing that didn't exist in the main game that, you know, I never felt like I needed, but I'm not unhappy that it's there. Is it literally just go to this, hit A? Nanny, take this common ether pick that borrowed from Miss Carinel. Why is this just Ricky? Hereupon, very cool! Okay. Still know why we kidnapped children and took them to the racism camp. Now they stowed away on our ship. Broken ether pick. God damn it. Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for that. Have to say, didn't expect it to break so easily. Give it here for a minute. Problem's durability. Due to the high ether density on the Bionis shoulder, it seems it crystallizes into a form that's perfect for gems. Reinforcing the pick isn't likely to improve the yield in practice. Give you the old retail model instead. Use it to harvest decently high purity gems from all around the shoulder. So, I did get an ether pick. Which I guess is the normal one from the main game? Can use a tool called an ether pick to mine actual gems from ether deposits. Not just crystals. Okay, I'm guessing that means that either the gem crafting in Future Connected is limited or non-existent. So, because of that change, we need to get higher level picks to get higher level gems. Okay, that makes some sense. Arts Heal 2. Poison Defense 2. Interesting. So these are a lot more valuable now. I didn't get a single crystal from that. So is gem crafting just gone now? I'm not going to complain about that, honestly. pretty okay with that. I do find it interesting how the various ways they chose to simplify this because, you know, it's essentially just its own 12-hour game, so it makes sense to simplify all the super complex systems, like cutting out the skill trees entirely. Don't see why they got rid of chain attacks, though. That's probably just linked to the fact that there's no affinity anymore. Doing all right, hanging with my dad at his place. You? Pretty good, pretty decent. Having a fun time with this game so far. I've beaten Future Connected, gave me comfy vibes. Okay, that's good to hear. So far it hasn't like grabbed me in a sense any larger than, oh, I like more Xenoblade, but the changes it's made have made me very curious. Ether-based organisms. I speak of the common monsters composed entirely of ether. That would be the nebulae. Kill them, I guess. 2 points they're spawning from, as their exact properties differ based on location. Okay. Exterminate the wind elementals, exterminate the water elementals. Shocker. My little brother told me all about this. He vowed to take matters into his own hands if the situation did not improve on its own. Okay, neat. Gotta say, I'm used to the party members talking to each other as we accept quests, and that's not happening because there's no affinity.
Oh.
Hard at work setting up a special kind of shop here. I'd love it if you could come back later. Okay. I imagine we'll probably have some different quests once I change the time.
Hi there.
First, I'm gonna check the shop. Shulk better kill the airbender? Kinda wanna know what we're gonna do with the racism camp. I'm curious where that's gonna go. Melia, Kino, Nene. Since you've beaten the main game, what were your thoughts on the ending? Very overwhelming. I liked it. I did like it a lot. Did not expect the game to straight up just have the same ending as Super Mario Galaxy. I did a giant, like, tweet, that was basically just a big blog post on Twitlonger, that that was just lingering thoughts about the various plot twists of this game, because I did think the plot twists got extremely overwhelming to the point of confusion by the end. But I wrote up a big, like, blog-ish thing about how I think the fact that the plot twists grow in frequency to the point that they get overwhelming actually, like, strengthens the themes of the game. So I might link that in the Discord again later if you wanna read that. Okay, so I've barely got any money to buy things here. I might actually... Okay, I'm gonna buy a thing for Kino and a thing for Nene, but otherwise, I'm gonna ignore the... I guess I should have bought armor, because they did say you don't get armor from quests, but you do get weapons. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Go check that out then. Yeah, I linked it in the Discord sometime a while ago. I think if you just search blog, it'll probably show up. That's how I described it. Will not be shocked if the racism camp's completely wiped out and the main characters feel like shit about it, but you're supposed to be kind of okay with it because they were racist. Yeah, Melia sure as shit will be okay with it. We got another quiet moment here. Can we see it? Yes. Okay, Shulk and Nene. Shulk's honestly taken the back burner here. I have not had Shulk in my party since the beginning. Shulk and Nene it was? Sorry, Kino. You're the Sharla of the group, so I'm kind of inherently never gonna use you, and I don't even have incentive to actually play as you because you're no different from Sharla. I know exactly what your weaknesses are gonna be, and I've basically played as you before and know that I don't like playing as you. I'm sorry. All grown up. Kino's useless, Kino's useless.
Hope they're not giving Mama Pon too much trouble buckets.
That is quite the sentence. Did you just refer to your collective siblings as brother sister Pon? Not even plural. Just brother sister Pon.
There you are.
Something
Echo
the
Fighter.
Kino's been looking for you. Something about stubbing his toe?
Little Pon never change. Nene will rub back later and go, there.
You're a good sister, Nene. Or maybe more like a mum. By the way, what were you doing out here, Nene?
Just vibing.
Nene being reminiscing.
Nene been
about
vibing.
Frontier Village, tiny bit.
I see. So, that's where you were living before?
Yep, in Paz, Nene always adventure into Magna Forest with brother sister Pon and climb trees every day.
So has the family moved to Colony 9, or... Because the ending of the main game showed, like, all the races living in harmony in Colony 9. But, you know, presumably all the villages that we encountered still exist. Maybe not, maybe not the ones on the Mechonis, but, do they live in Colony 9 now? Because he said you used to live there? That's where you lived before?
I assume you were the responsible one then.
That silly question. Nopon boys, all good for nothing lazy bones.
Nene said all men are trash.
It all too much for Mama Pon to handle, so Nene have to help take care of brother sister Pon and Dada Pon all for luck.
And Dada Pon, he needs to be taken care of.
I wonder what Ricky would have to say to that.
Dada Pon, after he'd chosen for Village Hero Pon, and set off on great adventure with Mr. Shulk. House become total pigsty, hungry little Pon underfoot everywhere.
Wow, I had no idea. Wait, was this after Ricky joined us?
That's what she said.
So that must mean...
Yep, before Nene become friends with Mr. Shulk and friends here, we actually meet 1 year ago back in Frontier Village. Dada Pon, stomach rumbly. Dada Pon, need food. Dada Pon, give grub.
Okay, so Nopon aged quickly.
I'm sorry. I feel kind of bad about this now.
So Nopon aged quickly because presumably she was one of the wee babbies there, and now she looks like this a year later. That said, they also seem to age slowly in a way, because Ricky still acts like that at 40 years old.
Though, in my defense, you've really grown. It's almost like you're a whole different Nopon.
It's almost like they didn't plan this character yet.
In Nopon biology, aged between 10 and 15 often experience growth spurt.
Those were 10 and 15.
That why, when compare Nene now and Nene 1 year ago, it not too surprising if not realize they the same person.
Interesting. Okay.
It's still quite a surprise. I never knew that a Nopon could grow that much in a single year.
Now Mr. Shog No can rely on post-growth spurt Nene more than ever.
We can always count on Nopon. Us Homs could learn a lot from you.
I just fucking forget Ricky's 40.
But
We have the
Nene
living
has
reminders
these
stuck with us
lately
now.
When get teeny bit lonely.
What was that?
Ah, poor Hum Hum. Mr. Shog, such chowhound.
I don't think that was me.
Nene prepares some grub, tooth sweet. Now, Mr. Shog, go call Kino and Miss Melia and tell to wash up.
That's supposed to be tooth sweet. Because she definitely said tooth sweet.
Really, that's... We thought she was so grown up for always taking care of Kino. But really, she's just a kid. No wonder she's lonely.
Mr. Shog, something happened? Tell me too rumbly to move, or what?
Wait, I've got it.
Mama?
I'll round up all the others. Then after, we can all chip in with a meal. It'll be more fun that way.
Mr. Shog would not say no.
These are long. I mean, I guess it's easier to skip through the heart-to-hearts because they're not voice acted, but... Wow, these quiet moments are long. Alright, I think I'm gonna give Shulk some time in the spotlight for the next little bit. Water heater's fucking yelling because of course it is. Ice ether deposit. Ether defense up 3. Wow, I have reason to pay attention to what I get from these now. Ether def up 2. Chill attack 3. Cool. Companions forum. Imagine you met a 40-year-old in real life who spoke like Ricky. Oh, you mean Ricky's voice actor? They actually created the Nopon because they just met this guy running around on the street who would just constantly say, "Hiropon, very cool!" And they were like, we should build a character around that. Super nice guy. Not sure why they gave him such an ego in the actual game. Is there anything? There are things back here? No, that's just a big rock formation. He's very dark. I've already picked up all the nighttime quests, it looks like. So, next move should be to change the time. Anything? Yes. Hello. Friendo.
Huh?
Request for assistance from some of the younger companions. Not proved too difficult. The volume of work was high. I was feeling quite harried. Gather plump wild grass. Winnowing praying caterpillar population. And noble brogs. Complete the quest, plump pickings. Okay, so here it's looking like you're not having to talk to the same people over and over and over to get the billions of quests that they have. Unless, actually, hold on. Let me check my quest log. Did that add a bunch of things? Yes. So talking to him the one time added 4 total quests, which are these 3, and then 1 where the quest is literally just complete the other 3 quests. I'm okay with this. That is one thing about the original game that is a teensy bit annoying, is having to sit and talk to the same people over and over again because they have a billion things they want you to do. I'm just kind of zooming through the time just to make sure there's nothing else I need to pick up. Looks like there is not. I need to know how old Ricky's voice actor is. I can't fucking find his age online. I have no idea. Alright, we're gonna blast off out of here. But first, let's mess with some Minato Replica EX. I've looked at some of the promotional art for Future Connected, and I've noticed in the main one, the one I attached to my tweet about the stream, Shulk has the Minato like over his shoulder, and you cannot tell from that angle that it is a different sword from the one in the game. So, you know, looking at the advertising doesn't spoil the fact that there's no more Minato by the end of the main game, which is nice. Kind of considerate. Using arts recovers 27 HP. That should probably go to Nene, since she's the tank. Minato fucking gone. I guess we don't have anything to change out on equipment since we haven't bought anything. World Ender. Officials staff. No, I want one with a gem for Melia. Okay, we have literally used up all the gems we have for now, which is unusual. Not a sight I am used to. Ricky's VA has a website. Epic. A lot of voice actors do. On the website for Ricky's VA, and it's really something. Oh, please tell me. Tell me he worked for 4Kids or something. WayneForrester.co.uk. Oh, I gotta make sure. Wait, is Shulk's? I'm pretty sure Shulk by default here has the exact same arts I outfitted him with in the main game. I'm not missing anything here. That is exactly what I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I had in the exact same orientation I had them. But for Melia, I had to switch some things out. So it's not as if it remembers what I had them set as. I heard 4Kids. No, I said please tell me. I said please tell me that Ricky's voice actor worked for 4Kids. No. Nah. Wind Nebula. Okay, we gotta kill this. Tension still exists as a mechanic, it looks like. Given that there's the button prompt at the start of battles. And judging from the portraits indicating their emotions. Favorite part is that in characters he doesn't list Ricky. Really? I would expect that, does it list other video games? Like, what kinds of things is he in? Okay, we've killed one Wind Nebula. There's a Magna Ancel. We are missing a Minato art. Which one do we not have? Is it Enchant? That would make sense. I presume we're not gonna fight any Mechon Definitely an old website. He was in Time Splitters, apparently. What is Time Splitters? I don't know what that is. Finished reading your thoughts on the plot. I will say I definitely agree on you on whether Shulk really existed. Could have been elaborated more. As for the ending, I totally get what you mean with how frequent the plot twist near the end of the game made it hard to understand. Didn't really mind since it ties into the themes it was going for. Oh, absolutely. Yes. That was basically the point of me writing that blog was, hey, I still really like this despite the fact that I was confused. Let me rationalize it a bit. But yeah, I will say, despite my confusion, obviously really enjoyed the plot of the game. Despite the fact that there's no Mechon, I do need to make sure Enchant is the one that's missing. That's my assumption. No Mechon anymore. Don't need to tell everyone to do more damage against Mechon. What is attacking me? Another Ancel. Have we already made incel jokes about the Magna Ancels? Website was amusing. I still don't know how fucking know how old he is. Can't find it anywhere. Damn. The man is a fucking mystery. Who'd you say is your favorite character in this game? Probably Ryan. Probably Ryan. Oh, jeez. Someone should heal. Someone should heal. Nene. Granted, we're kind of constantly filling up our party gauge because there's no chain attacks to use them on. So it looks to me as if it's going to be a lot more easier to revive things because now the party gauge seems to only have one use, which kind of takes away its complexity and why I like it a lot, but I understand the point. I understand the reason. There's no need for visions anymore because those don't make narrative sense. Miss Ryan, the Ryan stand-in doesn't say its name time. Anyway, that was a lot for a thing that we're completely missing the thing that I needed to kill. Shulk, please do not fall off the edge. Okay. Kill this, and then I was gonna check something. Oh, I was gonna check if... Yeah, Enchant isn't here anymore. That's what it is. That makes sense. This is a nice attention to detail. But now that means there's one, like, awkward missing slot. Empty slot in the, awkward empty slot in the Monado arts. Do I need to use Aura Seal? I don't think that actually helps me. Other being this game, Xenoblade Chronicles became a top 3 favorite RPGs, other 2 being Lost Odyssey and Dragon Quest XI. I haven't played either of those. There's a lot of RPGs that I should probably play one day. Because, like, I enjoy RPGs. What are the RPGs I've played? Pretty much exclusively, like, well, Japanese RPGs. I've played pretty much exclusively like the Mario RPGs, and then the Mother series, and then Xenoblade. Struggling to think of others that I've played. God, I forgot how good it is that I forgot how helpful it is that both Shulk and Rhine have Days arts. That's really nice. Magna X. A lot of these are the same things that we've been tasked with killing in the main game. Have we encountered any unique enemies? Will we encounter any unique enemies? Cyclone takes so long to actually hit. It's not super useful as a topple. All right, that's down. The fact that it's still Minato is weird. Feels like it goes against the themes of the ending. That's fair. I don't mind it much, but yeah, that makes some sense. Especially because it no longer serves the actual purpose of the Minato. Like, Shulk, at this point you just made a real cool sword. You don't get visions no more. You don't got visions no more. You can't change the future anymore, he says, completely in contrast to the theme of the first one. Plus, isn't, like, Minato named after, like, the term monad or something? Which, I don't know anything about Gnosticism, if that's how it's pronounced. It's agnostic without the A. I don't know anything about Gnosticism, but the monad is essentially like the supreme being or something of that belief system. And Shulk, why'd you name your sword after supreme being? If we established in the last one, no gods, no masters. God, hearing Nene's lines is funny because I don't get to actually hear what they are, because the volume's so quiet. I just occasionally, in battle, hear Nene. Oh, that's right, this has a spike. It's dead, though. Want to try out Dragon Quest XI sometime? Just know you can play a demo of the game that makes up the first 10 hours of the game. That's right! That's right! That is a modern game that I can play. What is this? Looks like this is the place. I don't know what the quest is. Here. Cool, I guess I did it. Quest updated. What was that? Hunting help. Place the rainbow carrots there to lure out the Magna X. I see. I already did the quest. I did the other parts of the quest before that, but I guess that's to help with their hunting. That probably... Judging from this, that doesn't actually in gameplay lure out any Magna X. Oh, we got Armus! These are from Garraplain. Interesting that this seems to... unless these are all from the Bionis leg. This seems to be like a rogues gallery of the enemies of a bunch of different areas. Where were the X from? Those were from... Oh, Magna X. Those are from Magna Forest. Like, these are from wildly different spots. So, I do like how the enemy distribution is indicative of the fact that the world was rebuilt and, like, things were mishmashed into a bunch of different places. Super Mario Galaxy style. Only thing I know about monads is functional programming. Probably relevant to Elvis somehow. I don't know a thing either. Hey, what's all this stuff out here? Navier Crossroads. Cloudflyer. Praying Caterpile. Okay, we gotta get rid of a bunch of those. But we also have... Plump Wildgrass. Oh, okay. These bunches of things. I assumed that was just like... that Plump Wildgrass was just your typical random collectible. It would be the same sort of fetch quest. So far, I'm not seeing, Melia, would you mind attacking this? Because we can't seem to get close to it. Melia, please launch the attack. Okay, thank you, Nene. Monads in functional programming allow side effects. I see. Okay, that's dead. Oh, we've only killed one of those. That's right. Different nebulae spawn in different spots, so... So the ones we were killing earlier were the other variety. We've got to kill 2 varieties of them. Required because functional programming is fast when it's pure.
Let's focus our efforts.
Wow, okay. Kind of forgot that end game Shulk Rhine. I'm just like, listen, their movesets are the same, and whenever I'm saying things about the past, I'm referring to how things were in the main game. So of course I'm gonna say Rhine, not Nene. But I kind of forgot that end game Shulk and Rhine were kind of beasts together as a combo because they both have topple and daze arts. So if used properly, if equipped with the right arts, they can just knock an enemy down and keep them down for like a full minute, and it's great. I keep forgetting that the arts wrap around. Did you see how I was here, and I was like, oh, I need to use my daze art, and I moved manually that way instead of just wrapping around like this. Don't you love when I talk about menu navigation? Isn't that the most interesting thing I could be talking about? Come on, daze art. No, okay, it's not good. Who died? No, Melia! How that happened? Why? What was attacking her? Get up. I will say, the fact that there's no visions absolutely makes sense from a narrative standpoint, but the game just kind of said, be more mindful of strong attacks. Well, is a real-time battle system. I don't know what you want me to anticipate and do in response to the other things. I don't know, the super strong attacks always felt like they were intentionally designed to be extremely devastating unless you did something about them, and here you kind of just gotta brace for the... You just gotta hope for the best. Brace yourself for it. As such, I'm using shield a lot less. Can we topple it? Nay. Probably can't get close enough. Okay, that's 3. Battle music's pretty great. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's pretty different. It also sounds like a pretty different mood from the general battle music in the main game, which I appreciate. Gonna head out for the night. It was nice stopping by. Good night, Cam. Okay, good night, Raymond. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day. I got mollusk mucus, but mollusk was spelled with a C instead of a K. Also got a rainbow carrot. So given that this game is so short compared to the first one, I want to say the first one. This is the first one. This is just an expansion on the first one. There are 2 other sequels to this game, given that this is so short compared to the original, my brain is wanting to 100% it in its entirety. We'll see. There may be some missable quests, but I am gonna do as much as I can, at least. Then I'm gonna head out for the night too. Good night, Cam. Okay, good night, Thomas. Have a rest. Have a rest. We all deserve it. That died fast. I just kind of writhed around on the ground forever. Pre-programming in programs is where there's an input and an output. Same input will always create the same output. Okay. Okay. Neato. Do you think Xenoblade X is pre-Zanza? I was actually about to bring that up. I know about Xenoblade X is that it's giant mechs. I think the idea of Xenoblade X is that, like, unless I'm wrong, I think the humans in Xenoblade X that I'm pretty sure are referred to as humans, fled Earth for some reason. I've looked up, like, is Xenoblade X a prequel to the first Xenoblade? Because I feel like that wouldn't be like I wouldn't care about learning like that sort of spoiler if that's like ever spelled out in the game, because you know that sounds more like a spoiler for Xenoblade 1 than it is for Xenoblade X. But I've looked it up and people have said no, the plot points are too there are plot points that like directly conflict and things like that, and I just have to wonder, like, are people saying that to cover up a spoiler from late game Xenoblade? Because it feels like, to me, it just makes too much sense. I think they're like fleeing. I think the humans in that game have fled Earth because of like some whatever looming danger. I don't know. And the fact that, like, I don't know, the fact that a Xenoblade like spiritual successor in the same franchise, even if they say, oh, it's not in the same canon, it's just the same kind of thing. Well, Xenoblade 1 ended on the revelation that humans and Earth once existed, and they were simply rewritten into a new reality. So, I don't know. Whenever I look at Xenoblade X, I'm like, yeah, that's a prequel. That's what that is. But little bits I've read say that that's not true. So, I don't know. I haven't played a lot of it. I've said this before. Whenever I tried to play, I do own Xenoblade X, and when I got it pretty close to launch, actually. When I tried to play it, played it for about 3 days, and then gamepad broke. Never went back to it. Return to Lanar. Return to Hamlin. Return to Tuliana. Oh, okay. I can turn in everything. Neat. Let's go back then.
Hey.
Hello. We did get armor from that. Okay, so we don't get armor from drops, but we do get them from quests, which makes sense. But also makes me wonder, do I need to buy armor? Can I just use the quest armor? If I'm doing all the quests, do I need to use shops?
Yes?
Yes? Yes, Nene? That did not sound like you. Nene just goes, meh! Wikipedia says, without any context. Ooh. Anything else to turn in here? Okay, we gotta change it to daytime. That's not it. Parallel universe taking place at the same time as Xenoblade 1. Xenoblade 2 is? I do know there are apparently some revelations in the game that will only make sense if you played Xenoblade 1. Overall, the plot is intended to not be a direct sequel, of course. You can pick up Xenoblade 2 if you want to play it. Want to play it without context from the earlier games. So really, all 3 Xenoblade games are intended to be... There are connections, but they're all intended to be their own standalone experiences if you want them to be. But I read something about how Xenoblade 2 does expand on like concepts about the pre-Zanza universe. Xenoblade X is a spiritual successor sharing many philosophical concepts. Interesting. One day I'll play Xenoblade X. Will I stream it? I don't know. I would like to. But these games are also extremely long, so I would not be shocked if if I announce, oh, I'm streaming Xenoblade X, and people just groan. Yeah, I would like to play X and 2 at some point. Oh, we leveled up. Cool. Anything else to turn in? Or are we done? We're done. Cool. let's move forward with the story then. Also, where's Junks? Oh, Junks is up here. We've barely covered any ground. Look at this compared to all this. So, will the whole thing take place solely on the Bionis shoulder? Will there not be anything else in my area list? Or is there just a huge fuck ton that I can explore now that I haven't? Like, there's a quiet moment next to Junks. I did notice that earlier. Would be curious playing Xenoblade X if there are literally like conflicting plot points that wouldn't make sense for them both to be in the same canon. Because if there's not, I'm sorry, Monolith. I'm just gonna say in my head, yeah, this is a prequel. Can't view it yet. Oh, okay. In that case, we can move on. Also, hold on. I just need to acknowledge this because I was about to make a mistake again. I went the entire 73-hour journey of Xenoblade Chronicles, manually pausing with X and going into area maps here, and then choosing from the area list. If you hit Y, it just takes you straight to that. I didn't do that even once throughout the entire playthrough. So that's neat. Wonder how many of those 73 hours were wasted in menus I didn't need to navigate. Oh god, I'm getting a bunch. Hold on. Getting group chat things. Had to mute that. Okay, let's go into this cave. We are 2 hours into the game. You never pressed one of the... Yeah, that's just shocking to me. It's like there are 4 face buttons. Why didn't I press this one? How is that even possible? What is this like shiny red thing over here? Is that a creature? Do you see this? Is that an NPC? What is this thing? Nondescript stake in the ground that I can't interact with. Interesting. Someone marked this for some reason. Okay, there we go. I think I might switch in Kino sometime soon. I haven't given him the time of day. Gotta play as him at least once. Every character gets their time in the sun, even if that time in the sun lasts 2 minutes before I'm like, yeah, this is just Charla, and then immediately get rid of him. I said this already, but are we leveling up at different rates? Why are Shulk and Melia getting more experience than Nene here? We're a level above her. Well, no, wait. No, they were leveled below us from the beginning. They started at 58, I think, and Shulk and Melia started at 60. That's why. That's why. The water's just kind of casually carrying us, as would happen if you stood in extremely shallow water with your feet fully planted on the ground. Shulk weighs 2 pounds and is 8 inches tall.
Let's focus our efforts.
Little did everyone know, the world of Xenoblade is actually like super tiny. The Bionis and Mechonis, those are action figures. I mean, with how the universes have been rewritten over and over, I would not be shocked if, like, oh, the new revelation of the nature of this universe is that, like, they are literally toys being played with by children. That's pathologic. Let me just casually throw out pathologic spoilers. This is the Colonel's theme song. Granted, if you have any interest in pathologic, it probably spawned from watching the H-Bomb video, which spoils the plot of pathologic for the purpose of analysis. That is a game I jumped into knowing every detail of the plot. Oh, this isn't voiced. Before friends pass here, please to hear story. I sense an ordeal in our immediate future. Meh! Gratitude for stopping in tracks! What is matter? Matter is, oh, bit complicated to be frank. Meh. Although we've pretty much only just arrived here, so if it's directions you need, we might not be the ones to ask. Issue is not about where to go. Actually, it's about tracking down friends. They get lost? They're not lost, no. They scatter to designated locations to perform ordered land survey. I don't know what this accent is, but I feel like it's bordering on racist by complete accident, even though I'm just trying to do Ricky. Hereupon, very cool. Measuring relative and absolute elevation of terrain, plot twist and other such. Oh no, completely forgot to do mandatory self-intro. Qualified, certified, satisfaction, guaranteed. Ponspector 10-2 is name, surveying new lands is game. Ponspector 10-2's the name, surveying new lands is my game. Accent is definitely becoming faux Russian. Damn it. I'm shocked these are Melia, Nene, and Kino. Pleasure all belong to why is this story-relevant required cutscene not voiced? Curiosity is a little piqued. Might I ask what a Ponspector is? Question is extremely well-timed! Ponspectors is name of elite unit of Nopon surveyors, and 10-2 is one. Nopon from Frontier Village surely hear Ponspector name said in tone of reverence at least once or twice. Mr. Pon, have any clue? Nene, guess Data Pon might know? Easy Pete Nopon, easy Pete Nopon.
Things worse than 10-2 thought. Long period of suspended activity was disastrous for brand recognition. Bastard. Meh, no. Tribulation is only opportunity in full body costume. Go on, 10-2. Have to put best foot forward. 10-2 and other Ponspectors actually come to Bionis' shoulder to conduct a complete and full survey.
I swapped words there.
But Chief 1-1, who is brigade leader, forget to inform of rendezvous point.
So though 10-2 finished own assignment, looks like up creek without paddle. Expect all Ponspectors in same boat. 10-2 thinks should probably go look for teammates, but monsters carving land, probably even veteran Ponspector like 10-2 have hard time. This is the plot of chapter 5 of Super Paper Mario. We gotta look for Flint Cragley's crewmates. My friends are gone and in danger, please help them find me, is not a plot that is specifically unique to Super Paper Mario Chapter 5. 5 or 4? I don't remember. 5. 4 is the Mr. L chapter. I'm not reading this dialogue. 11, I see. This is a vast land, so searching by yourself certainly seems dangerous. You know where your colleagues might have gone? Tend to have couple thinklings. 2 Ponspectors can probably find, then maybe they have clues for other whereabouts. Okay, go search for first 2. Wait single minute, Kino. Still plenty of important business we attending to. Tend to not get underfoot, I promise. Friends look strong, so thought maybe can go with? That way if see Ponspectors somewhere along travel path can help each other out. Is good plan or what? What do you think, Melia? Do you really need to ask Shulk? He's not racist, so we're okay with this one. It would really be Miss Melia that say that. Dear ducks of 10-2 welling with joy. Thank you, friends. Can you tell us to the best of your knowledge where you would expect your colleagues to be? One was in charge of... I do not like the text box moving with him. One was in charge of area between crossroads on way to Companion's Cape all the way to Nerthus Necropolis. This is bizarre. That one is bit of cowards, so 10-2 not sure he'd do survey job properly. Other one was assigned to area past Cragmaw Caverns, stretching from lake on lefty side up to Pillar Knoll. Might be having case of screamy abdabs at... Abdabs? An unexpected circumstance, so 10-2 would like to put mind at ease. Lest friends think 10-2 is some kind of freeloader, let reassure. When push come to shove, 10-2 shove. I was worried the text box would pan off the screen. Yeah, me too. Feel better already. Thank you, 10-2. But of course, 10-2 most grateful too. 10-2, very cool. Pawn Specters unite. Blue team 10-2. Okay, I was thinking as soon as he said Pawn Specters, yeah, this would relate to the faux chain attack, the Union Strike move. So I assume that'll probably... Okay, that's got a heart above him. So does he have, like... Do they all have, like, maybe unique arts that they use? Pawn Spectre enables special attacks. Okay, it'll explain. Elite band of surveyors from Frontier Village split between red, blue, and yellow teams. If you can befriend members from all 3 teams, Shulk and his friends will gain access to a new kind of special attack, so try to seek them out wherever possible. So this, I imagine finding these is involved in 100%ing the game, but you don't need to find them. Full Pawn Spectre Brigade numbers 12 members. When you recruit one, they may tip you off to the location of others. Locations you've heard of are marked on the map with a... Is that a flag? What is that? I can't tell what that is. With a... Pawn Specters on the Bionist's shoulder have issues they struggle with. Resolve those issues for them to gain their help in your quest. Collectibles section, you can access the Pawn Spectre report to learn more about the Pawn Specters you've befriended up until that point. Interesting. So this is completely new. This is an entirely new concept. There is one Pawn Spectre, apparently, that we need to go find. There's one here, one here. But we've been told about 2. Pawn Specters. Welcome back, Thomas. How are you? Changed my mind, I'm back. Woke up earlier than I thought from my nap, and I am come. I too am come when you would go to the adult video store with a pickaxe. That would explain the 3 billion plot twist. 2 kids, a grown-up older brother, little sister playing with the same action figures and fighting over what's going on. Yeah, honestly.
What did they do this time?
What? Qualified, certified, only mildly terrified. Pawn Spectre Tay-Tay is a name, and surveying new lands is game. Really none of that matter right now. Tay-Tay is smack in middle of cataclysmic struggle of life and death. That doesn't sound good. So this is another vehicle to make us do quests. But these quests are specifically more valuable than the other quests because they don't give us stuff. They give us basically mini party members, I guess. They give us chain attacks. Tay-Tay was sneak secret surveying, careful to hide from watchful monster eyes, but then made worst mistake of life. At end of Ponspection, let little victory cheer slip out. Then monsters spotted Tay-Tay. Monsters poised to lunge for soft, succulent body of Tay-Tay. Thanks to quick escape legs, Tay-Tay able to hoof it all the way here. But then grim realization dawned on Tay-Tay. Did I say griff? Grim? Grim. Somehow Tay-Tay lose more precious than life protective charm. Tay-Tay think possibly could have dropped at Nerthus Necropolis just upslope here. Oh, please help Tay-Tay to find, dear friends. Tay-Tay is begging you. Shrinking into a colony of lice and attaching to Cameron's locks. That is remarkably close to home. Before the pandemical times, and even into the pandemical times, got lice remarkably often because my sister goes to young people school. So lice were brought into our homes, and it was gross and bad and awful, and I hated it. And I have super long hair, so kind of hard to deal with without shaving it all off, but also not willing to shave it all off. Okay, so in addition to the human, that's decidedly not a human. What was I trying to say? I don't just get Pawn Spectre, I get a gem. I get a gem as well from that quest. Dumb people school. That's not what I said, in fact. Okay, there's a new quest marker this way. I like how the game says you go to school specifically to become less dumb, you baby. We walked to Cragmaw Caverns where the next story thing is. We walk all the way this way. We meet a person, and then he's like, actually, there's quests this way. Also, there's a person up here to get quests from. So, actually, it doesn't look like I can get there. Yeah, judging from my full view, there's a boundary here, so I need to go left. Whoever's giving that quest, apparently, you know what? I haven't used the custom markers in this game, but what if I did? Cool. I won't remember that there's, I won't remember. Won't forget, hopefully, that there's someone there to give me a quest, even if I end up there at the wrong time. You're Tay-Tay, right? I just picked up the thing from you. Yeah. Cam, you must certain. I said young people school. I said young people school. Why are you? No, I did not say dumb people school. Can someone attest to what I said? Whoa, why are we frozen? Pawn Spectre assistance. In battle against enemies, Pawn Spectres will jump in to help Shulk and his friends on their own initiative. Each Pawn Spectre has a signature move, healing the party, debuffing the enemies, and so on. Red team have an offensive move, blue team have healing, but not all of them. They mostly have healing. I'm gonna clip it. I ain't heard shit. Great. Yellow have debuffing. You perform well in battle, start affinity, burst affinity, etc. By pressing B at the right time, Pawn Spectres may enter a state of high tension. Pawn Spectres in high tension will join the battle with all their strength and with no slacking off. High tension will wear off with time returning to the usual state. Okay, so they're just kind of vibing and helping. Interesting. So that makes me wonder what the Union Strike is gonna be like. Like, will I get to control which Pawn Spectres get to use their arts? Will it be like a chain attack, but instead I'm going down the line of all the little babbies that I've acquired? What's the plot other than the shoulder is racist? Well, it shifted pretty quickly. We were first looking for parts to repair our ship. Now we're just trying to make our way to Alchemoth to try and liberate it. That's the main thing. But along the way, we did find these Inspector Pawn Spectres that are here to survey the land. And the one that's accompanying us right now requested that we help him find his team because they got scattered, find his crew. And it remains to be seen whether that's like a story relevant thing or just an introduction to the new mechanic. Set up pickup line. Pickup lines. Pickup lines. Oh, good streamer, because I can speak words. Is this the unknown planet from Hero Pawn Wars Knights of the Old... Knights of the Old... Vibing really hard to music. Sometimes I miss things you say, Cam. I'm sorry. Forgive me. That's all I gotta say about that, apparently. Nay, weather any storm. Tit. Did you call him Tit? Why did you call him Tit? Slowly chip away at Cameron's sanity. This is just... Our friendship has been a multi-year long project to drive me absolutely wacky. I'm going in the exact opposite direction of where I need to go, but there is a quest item here. I'd have to come here eventually anyway. Pororo's favorite, which we know, because we know who Pororo is, and we know what their favorite is. I will say in advance, it is possible I said dumb people school. Not the intent, but if that is what I said, I will be the bigger man. I will accept this, but know that it was not my intent. Never call me again. Deltoid! Oh, I despise that. Shockingly, I despise that more than the prospect of someone being called tit. Deoxyribonucleic mic acid. That's funny. Took my sweet ass time, but I have the proof. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not gonna stop the stream to watch it, so what if I wait, Necropolis Gate. Oh. Okay. This is a place I specifically need to go to grab this person. That's it. Changing my last name to Mick Acid. Charlotte. Don't touch me, Charlotte. Oh no! These are enemies I would be able to kill in the main game. But no, this starts you at level 60, which is kind of weird to me. I guess it's just to give you, to make you high-leveled, make you not feel like you're starting at complete square one. But also, they just waiting behind here? Hi, no. Oh, wait, that's an item. That's an item. Is this what Tay-Tay needs? Is this... Yeah, this is what Tay-Tay needs. That's what I'm doing. But I can't grab the thing if there are enemies here. So we have to come back later. Or dodge these enemies. What? They're not doing anything. What if they just gave up? What are the odds of that? Clearly not very high. They're just gonna wait. Oh, they did give up. Okay, I got it. Wow. Haha. Fuck you, video game. Oh, it's the song. Yeah, these are all high-level enemies. These are all 10 levels above me. Also, I can't go in this big complex yet. Alright, let's run before I die. This is decidedly not the right way. Look at the map. It's the song. It's a good song. Oh, I'm dead! That's my first death of this game. That's disappointing. Anyway, let's get out of here. Red. Okay, I take it that means that I have, in fact, completed the quest for that Pawn Spectre, and therefore I can pick him up.
What did they do this time?
I've seen bits and pieces of Xenoblade 2, and the voice acting here is much more in line with Xenoblade 2. It's almost like they were presumably developed at similar times as opposed to 9 years ago. Happiest day of Tay-Tay. Happiest day of life of Tay-Tay. Tay-Tay was start to be afraid would have dangerous bad luck forever. Okay, I did his thing. Anyway, partly you mentioned a thing about Xenoblade 2 earlier. I completely missed it. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 sold 1.42 million copies as of June 2018, which became the best-selling title ever developed by Monolith Soft. Huh, people really did buy Xenoblade. Yeah, that is kind of shocking to me. I certainly don't own it. I didn't buy it. Will I one day? Yeah, but I certainly didn't buy it. Go look up gameplay of Xenoblade 2 if you have no idea what it's like, because it isn't like this. There are many ways in which it is not like this. Friends seem like reliable sort of folk, and Tay-Tay do need to see Chief 1-1, so maybe what friends say to escort Tay-Tay to meet Chief. Fear of Tay-Tay dwindle to tiny pebble if surrounded with trusty allies. Tay-Tay might look like wimpy pants on first blink, but cowardly exterior actually hiding real talent. Friends know archaeology center at Frontier Village? Yeah. Surveying is indispensable skill for excavation, and Tay-Tay happened to be proud member of survey department. Path of surveying fraught with alertsome monsters, but Tay-Tay knows secret art of sneaking and weaving between. God, that was a lot. I know they're now like permanent parts of my team, but presumably after we get them, like they're not gonna speak to us much anymore. It's like the pixels in Super Paper Mario. They're gonna be with you forever, but the only words they ever get to speak to you are when you first meet them. So they're gonna make themselves heard. Oh no, Cam, I'm gonna have to leave for a moment. Thomas wants to call me to hear a reaction to a meme from me. Good.
We can't lose.
Good luck with that, friends. Also, bye, Ferret. Thanks for stopping by. Always appreciated. Where are we? 2 hours 16. Okay. This will be going on for a decent bit longer.
No enemy can stand against us when we bring our might to bear.
That's because you're both pretty sturdily built.
Huh?
Huh? Why the cold stairs?
There's a lot of party dialogue here that I'm not really getting to hear, which was a problem with the first game, but we're also at the point where Nene and Kino speak in mostly understandable English compared to Ricky, but it's just garbled enough that I can't just like pick out what they're saying at super low volumes. Fragma Caverns. Okay, we can now make progress. Let me make sure just completely sure that we have all the quests done. Okay. I take it the recommended level thing was probably also in Xenoblade 2. I know some of the quality of life stuff that they added in this game in Definitive Edition in general was stuff that was either just in Xenoblade 2 or had some sort of equivalent. Like expert mode where you can lower your character's level to like regulate the difficulty and make sure you're not over leveled. A thing that I am really appreciating on my New Game Plus run because you know, New Game Plus you keep all your levels. I am just manually leveling all of my characters down to whatever the level of each area is. So it's far more like I'm just replaying the game as opposed to just steamrolling through everything, which is nice. But that's similar to the in system in Xenoblade 2, where basically the experience you earn from everything except battles is not granted to you on the spot. It is saved as a bonus experience. So it's there just for you to use whenever you want it, but otherwise you level up far more gradually through battles. So like Xenoblade 2 and thanks to expert mode now Xenoblade 1 are RPGs where you can regulate your leveling so you're not over leveled when you try to 100% the game, because that's a problem with a lot of RPGs is if you do all the quests you're going to get the experience from those quests obviously, and you're going to be over leveled for a bunch of stuff and just steamroll through the game. Xenoblade fixes that in a super neat way. Anyway, story. Don't know why I started rambling about that out of nowhere. Alchema. Hey, it's the main theme.
Miss Melly, what's wrong? Is tummy hurty?
No, nothing like that. I'm just remembering what we heard at Companion's Cape. I have been mistaken in my thinking. The war is over and peace has been restored. We are rebuilding, slowly but steadily. I'd thought that with peace came happiness. Indeed, that even here, people would embrace it with open arms.
Is the theme of this gonna be, hey fellas, did you know racism still exists, even when there's not wars?
But the reality is different.
The wounds have not yet fully healed.
Quite. Those who lost their home. Those seeking the light. Those who bear grudges. Though joy for them is still scarce, I thought only of me.
But you didn't. Not at all. The High Entier of Colony 9. Actually, everyone who remained. You worked hard for them. You, Dunban, and Atharon led by example, just so that others could smile.
Yes, yes, keep on happy, Hat. Kino lose Dadapon and Momapon, but still for a balance.
Kino.
They're fine, right? We're just referring to the fact that you're stuck with us right now.
Exactly. Before, Kino cried every day. Did not even want to go potty alone. Sis? Why you bring that up? They're completely irrelevant to discussion.
That completely irrelevant to discussion!
Embarrass Kino not cheer up this Melly. Agree to disagree. Anyway, cannot abandon hope. Dadapon's words.
Hope.
To become the hope of the High Entia is a fate that you choose for yourself. As long as you remember this, it is certain that you will be worthy of that name.
Not sure I love that this is just like a still black and white image.
You are the hope of the High Entia.
As is this?
You will not transform into a Telethia. Even after the Bionis has reawakened, you can still succeed the Imperial line. You have the power to end our suffering.
Friends, thank you. I think I can finally see now what my role here is. Onwards to Alchemoth.
I do like how they're very clearly positioning Melia as the protagonist of this story instead of Shulk. Like, it starts you off playing as Melia, and Melia's the one leading the group in the cutscenes, which is neat. Honestly, Shulk kind of feels like he's only here, like, just as emotional support for Melia, and also because, like, if he's not here, is it even Xenoblade? I have to ask, why is it Shulk and Melia of all people in the epilogue? I think it's mainly because, you could argue that Melia's arc was kind of incomplete by the end of Xenoblade 1, because, her story, you know, was largely about the fact that she was having to, adjust to, you know, being the leader of her people and everything. And, then it was revealed, you know, the Telethia are all, not the Telethia, the same thing. The High Entia are all Telethia that exist to, be Zanz's army. And then Alchemoth was rendered basically extinct as a result. So basically Melia's entire, like, character motivation is just gone out the window there because her, people are all dead, which gives her a new motivation. But also, but that means that once Shulk recreated the universe and brought all the High Entia back, you now reintroduce the fact that, hi, Melia has to lead her people, again. So you could argue that her story was really the only one that still had an opening in it that needed to be closed. That said, will this do so in a neat way that makes it feel necessary? I don't know. I feel like this kind of has the Toy Story 4 problem, where whenever you hear, oh, there's an epilogue to Xenoblade Chronicles, your first thought isn't, oh, cool, it's, wait, is that necessary? We already had the ending. The ending was good. What more is there to tell? It's what everyone's response to Toy Story 4 was, because, you know, Toy Story 3 was such a good closing to the trilogy. As soon as you hear there's a fourth one, it's not, oh cool, more Toy Story. It's, why? I mean, after watching the ending of this game, I absolutely was like, wait, there's more? What is the more gonna be? I can't see much reason to go on beyond the simple novelty of there's a new universe now to explore, since it's been entirely recreated. So I'm hoping by the end of it, the story meaningfully builds on the themes of the game, or at least introduces new interesting themes that justify the epilogue's existence. That said, I said it before, I feel like a huge reason that this DLC, it's basically DLC, that this exists in the first place is, just because people wanted to play on the Bionis shoulder, this big unused area. They were like, okay, here you go. Hello there. Qualified, certified, but fully booked, so hands are tied. Ponspector Evelyn is named, surveying new lands this game. They're all gonna say the same thing. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ah, friends have impeccable timing. Evelyn in dire need of helping. Survey for day was finished, so Evelyn make to sit down on sitting spot over yonder for well-deserved snack break. Was just removing tasty morsel from knapsack when all of a sudden, whoosh splash! Meal thing plopped straight into lake. All gone, in single eye wink, like tears standing under waterfall. Wapple Sardi in lake scoffed down every last piece of hard-deserved foodage. Preston Garvey and Xenoblade. But no ugly fishy fish incur wrath of Evelyn and live to swim about it. Sardi will rue day it made enemy of Evelyn. Friend speak to Evelyn because felt urge to help Nopon in distress, right? Then pleased to avenge poor Evelyn. Okay, kill 3 Wapple Sardi. Which seem to just be here. So that'll be simple. I'm gonna switch to Melia. I'll swap Kino in. Solely because I feel bad.
Now you shall witness our power.
Marcus Garvey, thank you.
Everyone, do your best.
Focus your attacks. Kino will do.
Okay, all right. I'm reading it.
It will flow. Flowing through me.
Preston has a popping hat. Hero Pawn in training. That man is gonna be sent to die. Yeah, I like the, I mean, I don't know if this was true for specifically Ricky or if the position of Hero Pawn has always been, just an excuse to get people out. But if that is the case, instead of just being true for Ricky, it is hilarious how many people are like, I want to be the next Hero Pawn, even though it is a position created to exile people from the village. I do feel like that's probably specifically, and Ricky's bloodline. I do feel like that is a specific funny Ricky thing as opposed to, just the nature of the position. But it would be very funny if the lore of the Hero Pawn title was literally just, oh, these are the people we want out. And that just, the public just has no idea of that. It is this revered position, that, just has a completely different nature from what the public thinks. I'm gonna go help. Oh. And then die, promptly. Nintendo acknowledged the CDI games today. How so? Do share. I miss chain attacks. Gonna be honest.
Nice job.
I miss chain attacks, but I am hoping the Ponspector gimmick becomes the Union Strike attack becomes a good replacement. It's just it doesn't seem to hand it to you for a long time. Meh, meh, meh. Oh, day of joy, Evelyn was agog watching friends bish-bashing smelly fish brutes. In fact, Evelyn feels a whole lot better now, although, no, it's no use. Tum Tum feels so empty, no energy even for shimmy. But if friends were able to bring Evelyn Moro Cobb from wherever about, may be able to kickstart metabolism. Do you have another quest? Yeah, but I already have 3 Moral Cob, apparently. Ah! Moral Cobs! Crunch, crunch, crunch. So tasty. Can feel life flowing back into limbses. Hang King. Frangs Vehi Mash. Thanking friends very much. Merball this kerfuffle. Not so bad after all. Maybe all this kerfuffle not so bad after all. Okay. I think it's a lore of the Hero Pun title. There was a Nopon in the village mentions having eaten too much food and having a bit of debt, to which another one responds, "You're gonna be next year's Hero Pun." Oh, that's great. If true. Evelyn wolfed the whole thing down. Now, it's about time Evelyn make haste to finding 1-1. Come to think, life all about helping each other, no? Dread to think what happened if Evelyn collapsed on road all alone. Clearly, friends have obligation to assure Evelyn come to no harm, so take with and deliver person safe to 1-1. Though must say, made good survey progress today, like in days of old chief who established pawn specters, retired. When 1-1 step in to take mantle, practically only ever do charity work for Frontier Village, no pawn specting at all. Evelyn nearly forgot was even pawn specter in first place. Okay. Deliver results to... Okay, that is the 3rd pawn specter. Learn the whereabouts of further pawn specters. Okay, cool. Someone made a remaster of the CDI games. Nintendo took it down, thus acknowledging their existence. Jesus Christ. Of course that's how it happened. Where's that? How do you get to that, quiet moment? Because this cave just kind of goes under. I guess we'll end up at the top of that one day. One day. A lot of these enemies are not aggressive. Don't attack on sight. Tartarus. Why Tartarus?
Do not hesitate, Shulk.
Jewish diaspora be like, my name Jeff. Ah, yes. I have, as a history major, I can confirm. What?
Let's keep this up.
Everyone, stay on your guard. Witness true power of Hero Pun in training.
I'm ready. All right, I'm feeling it. We can definitely do this.
Manifest yourself. Poison air. I feel the ether building within me. Summon bolt.
More enemies.
How's everyone doing? We're killing a Legar Dune.
Manifest yourself.
I should check on the map how many pawn specters have been revealed to me, because this latest one showed me the locations of at least a couple. Saw on the map one of them. Shulk, I would really appreciate if you got rid of this aura. Oh, and since visions don't exist, you can't warn people. So I have really this takes absolute this takes all of the control you had over earlier over your other party members away. Like, chain attacks let you access the arts of the other characters. Warning the other characters let you take control of them for one turn. You don't have that anymore. You don't have that anymore. Oh, do you not take spike damage for ether attacks? I just discharged everything I had on on this enemy and did a bunch of damage. Okay, so that tells me that really Melia should just be spamming. Because I'm not taking damage from things. How did I go the entire game without realizing that? This spike, at least, seems to reflect physical attacks, not ether. So Melia was actually invaluable there, and I was just like standing there like, well, guys, you gotta... I've buffed you, come on, kill it. Here's a quiet moment across the river here. Marble Crabble. I'll take this out.
Now you shall witness our power.
Everyone, do your best.
You know, feeling a little bit
Shit, no visions. I forgot about that. Yeah, no gods, no masters. No gods, no masters. Again, appreciate that from a narrative standpoint. Kind of a shame. Kind of a shame, gameplay wise, because that's like the main mechanic of Xenoblade. He's gone. Not that the battle system's completely without merit without it, but I don't know. Took some life out of it. But also, you would have to write yourself into some pretty stupid holes to bring the mechanic back. You would have to pull some bullshit to justify it still being there. Kind of what happens when you make a gameplay mechanic explicitly linked to the story. Which is not a bad thing. Like, that's one of the things I appreciate a lot about Xenoblade, is that, like, the entire, like, the themes are manifested in the gameplay. The whole game is, the future is ours to decide. That's the whole point. That's literally the core mechanic of the battle system, and that's really cool. I appreciate that a lot, that the theme is manifested in gameplay. This is Shulkin Kino.
It really is, isn't it?
when stand on tippy edge, I'd go dizzy wall.
I'm always saying this.
Kino, don't get too close to the edge. If you lose your footing, you could fall.
Yeah, and apparently this is just a floating island, so that's a bad thing. That still hasn't been explained. Why is the Bionis shoulder like this? I suppose the answer to any question about the terrain of this game is now Shulk made it that way.
Strange view when come to think about. Clouds look like floaty fluff below feet.
Head go dizzy whirl me when someone pays attention to me.
You're right. I don't think I've ever been this high up before either.
No. One moment. If clouds are in direction down, this continent floating even higher up than clouds.
Exactly. It's floating much higher up than Frontier Village in Magna Forest. Or even Erith Sea.
These things that are all at the Bionis head. Why is the shoulder way up here?
Strange, so strange. But why this island is floating higher than even clouds?
I remember something from an old book. As I recall, the Bionis shoulder was once inhabited by the Giants, a highly advanced race.
Okay.
There used to be many islands floating above Erith Sea, you know?
So the shoulder's just okay. I guess I should rid myself of the notion that the Bionis and Mechonis don't exist anymore. The terrain is, I guess, exactly as it was. I just kind of assumed Joke remade the thing. No gods, no masters. And the last shot was what I thought was one of the Bionis limbs lying in the ocean. I just kind of assumed no more Bionis. Bionis dead. Something like that. No, the shoulder's just vibing up here, and I guess it's always been vibing up here.
No. Teeny tiny islands floating in sky. Very fantastic view.
The Giants. They could process and utilize hoverstone, a mineral with floating properties.
Cool.
Amazing! In Erith Sea, they gather so much hoverstone, it left up whole continent.
Actually, you might have it backwards. Maybe they took hoverstone from here and transported it back to Erith Sea.
Whoa, elementary. Kino
Elementary.
220% agree.
Of course, it's best to take all this with a grain of salt.
Huh?
Until now, no Homs, or even High Entia, have set foot on this continent. That's why the book's author might only be speculating about some aspects.
Shulk explains the nature of archaeology to Kino.
No, it makes sense. Can be no mistaken theory of Shulk.
Yep, that's how science works.
Shulk really do know everything, just like Dadapon say.
Well, he was a god.
Oh no, I'm positive there are things I don't know.
Dadapon say friend Shulk is brainy smart, know everything.
Shulk, what are you talking about? You've been in space.
And also brave and cool, and could do anything if you put mind to it.
Wow, I love the themes.
Did he really? I'm actually a little embarrassed now.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. It's only good thing. He also say Shulk is #1 sidekick of Dadapon. Next in line of awesome.
I see. Good old Ricky.
I like all the development that Ricky is getting, despite not being here. Makes me wish Ricky was here. Anyway, was there anything else here? We stopped there. We can go. Okay, I guess we'll just go further. Can I swim across the... Melia, why are you just stuck down there? Okay. Level geometry seemed to just push Melia underwater, and it still thought she was walking instead of swimming, but I really couldn't move all that much. Have the children learned that racism bad yet? No. Hasn't been quite addressed. Hopefully we'll get there. But Xenoblade has a way of making you think, oh, maybe they'll do this, and then they do absolutely not that, but still, when doing the complete opposite thing, somehow managing to touch on the themes that you wanted them to deal with in some way or another. There's an ether deposit up here. Satrol Wolf. This is all just a merge of everything from every region. Kind of completely ignoring the buffs that these elementals give. Just kind of discharging everything at once. How many Wolves are here? 4? Okay, we kind of got ourselves into a fucky one. Still cannot believe all our jokes became relevant to the plot. You know, the jokes that sparked conversations about the UN definition of genocide. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Still kind of want to revisit the whole plot and just, like, take notes on what potentially could be analyzed. Because they touch on all these themes, but, like, I don't know, they don't say anything about genocide, I don't think, beyond... It bad, maybe. So I'd be interested to see if there's anything worth analyzing in the super complex plot beyond the themes that it shoves in your face. Such as, I think I mentioned this a little bit ago, such as the fact that the eugenics plotline ended up being resolved by doing the opposite type of eugenics. Remember how Emperor Saurian wait, hold on. There. I want to check up here. There's nothing here. Okay, the Fun Specter's down there. Looks like I might have to walk through a cave for that. Anyway, remember how there was that whole bit about how Melia bad because she have half Hom's blood. She's not full blood Hyantia, so racists think Melia bad. But then they apply actual like weird race science to the genes of the Hyantia, and it's like, oh, Hyantia are actually genetically different and will mutate into Telethia at some point in their lives. That applies actual science to the races of the fictional races in this universe. And you gotta be really careful whenever you apply actual like fictional race science to your universe, because you could step into some really bad territory unintentionally there. And I do think the way they ended up finally closing the eugenics plot, which was to say that the Emperor was trying to dilute the Hyantia bloodline specifically so that Zanza couldn't use the Hyantia as an army, was a little weird, because that is still eugenics. That is still, I said this before, that is still specifically trying to change the bloodline in some way, trying to engineer a superior version of that race. And that's a little... Just don't think about it too much. But once you start thinking about it, it's like, wait, you said the answer to the eugenics in this universe was to just do eugenics in the opposite direction. That's not... You're not making the statement you think you're making there. They weren't trying to make a statement, that's the thing. Weird implications like this usually come out of not trying to have themes. But, you know, the themes that are there are not always the ones that are intended. That's how art works. It was just a little weird to me. They answered eugenics with other eugenics. And they did so on accident because they introduced real, like, fictional science to the races of this game. It's similar to midichlorians in Star Wars. The problem with midichlorians is that they applied, like, you know, blood to... Oh, we got a unique monster! We haven't had those. The problem with midichlorians is that they applied blood to the Force, and therefore that meant the Jedi were, like, genetically superior beings. And therefore that made the Jedi unintentionally, absolutely not intentionally on the part of George Lucas, that made the Jedi a little fashy, little eugenicsy, and that's not very good. You gotta be real careful if you're going to apply real actual science to apply real actual race science to your universe. Probably trying to go with that multiculturalism, multiracialism is good and shouldn't be seen as a bad thing, and landed on pure race is bad. Yeah, that's the thing. It was clearly, like, clearly Saurian is supposed to be the good guy there. And clearly they weren't trying to say, yeah, do eugenics the other way. But they did a thing. Grotesque Damus. I don't know. I'm gonna head out for tonight. Good night, Kim. Good night, chat. Okay, good night, Gremlin. Thanks for stopping by. We will be, hopefully continuing this Thursday. If I wanted, I could continue it tomorrow. Trivia is canceled tomorrow, so my evening's freed up. But in the interest of consistency in schedule, I won't stream tomorrow. We'll continue Thursday. Depending on how I feel, because I do have an exam Friday. Depending on how I feel about that, I might cancel the stream. I can study for that, but you know, you'll all understand. I'm sure. Shulk needs healing. Instead, I'm gonna die. I don't know what killed me there. And Kino is dazed. Someone help me. The Pun Specters do not wish to help me. They do not have that power, it seems. I'm gonna swap out my party. I'll take Nene again. Sure. red and tall. Go over here. You specifically. You're the one I want. You know, I realized the problem with the party I just had is that there's basically no efficient way to topple enemies if I don't have Nene in the party. Shulk can topple enemies with his Minato art, but it moves extremely slowly. I can already tell we're doing a lot better. Go for me. Go for me. Still no way to do Union Strike, it looks like, which is weird. We have a bunch of Pawn Specters. 3, I think. Oh, Jesus! Cool. Yeah, that's the... Okay, unfortunate side effect that I was kind of hinting at being concerned about earlier. Unfortunate side effect about the fact that there's no visions is that they still have attacks. They still have the same attacks that you would normally prevent in visions, but you don't have the ability to prevent them here. And those are specifically super, super powerful and like super crippling because because you had the power to prevent them. So once you take away the power to prevent them, you no longer... those attacks are suddenly unfair. So, you know, your entire party could just die out of nowhere. And that's not very good. That said, might help to get rid of the teeny ones. Actually, there are no teeny ones right now. Never mind. If you do Union Strike, does it summon 20% of the Indian... What does that mean, Thomas? Please attack me and not Shulk. Shulk, I am the tank. Shulk is not to be harmed. Shulk is to be healed, though, and he doesn't seem to have that. India's General Strike currently ongoing. Oh, I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know that was happening. Interesting. 250,000 people. Jesus Christ. Almost 20% of India's total population. Wow. Okay, I had no idea. That's super neat. I'm dead. Less neat. Melia, please get over here before dying. Oh my God. This is difficult. Clearly it has a move that can kill everyone immediately. I did say 1,000. No, that is million. Yes, that's million. Sorry, I did interpret it as million in my head. I said 1,000 because commas are differently. Yes, that's a fuck ton of people. Yeah, 250,000 is not 20% of India's population. India has a couple people. At least 7. But the biggest general strike and biggest protest in human history. Why don't I know shit about this? I mean, I haven't been paying a ton of attention to the news lately, but like you would think that would have osmosis its way to me at some point. It doesn't help that we are a little bit, or Nene specifically is a little underleveled for this fight. I like how it's still just called Sword Drive. Does she use a sword? What does she use? Looks like a bladed version of Ricky's club thing. because Western media doesn't really pay much mind to non-Western internal struggles. This is fair and true. Yeah. I just would have at least figured that one of the lefties in my Twitter feed would see this. What specifically is it protesting? What are the goals of the strike? Also, a literal civil war happening in Ethiopia you probably haven't heard about. Nope, have not. Jocker there. I mean, most people don't know the war in Yemen is happening. And that is a specifically US related thing. Who's aggroed? Is it Shulk? Where is he? Oh, he's over there. Come on. Me. Jesus Christ. Yeah, am I just underleveled for this fight, or does that criticism hold true? Once you remove the vision mechanic from a battle system where enemy attacks are built around the fact that you can anticipate them, suddenly said enemy attacks can be a little unfair. Fuck. Please revive me. What does it take to up the party gauge? Yeah, I'm dead. Shit. Did make a series of Instagram posts. Okay. We'll probably see those at some point. Fuck's sake, why can't we be more like India? Have any possible energy for a general strike or anything of the matter without being yelled at? No, you gotta work to live. They make a series of Instagram posts. Basically, it's in response to the BJP, Indian Republican Party, basically instituting numerous horrific economic policies like deregulating the farming industry, which has severely hurt farmers. Basically, just imagine the Republican Party trying to pull its same shit of stuff like right to work and deregulation in a country with a much more numerically and politically powerful socialist movement and apparently better unions. Yeah. Neat. Stories, not posts. Okay. That's another thing. The strike is largely being spearheaded by a coalition of socialist parties. I would expect so. It's very neat. New plan. New party. Basically, Shulk, Ryan, and Charla. And everything but name. So we got our tank. And we got a healer. And Shulk can be the damage dealer. So I just hope replacing Melia fixes this. Maybe we can do a little better this time. If I'm not aggroed. Video game. Oh, I inflicted break, but it didn't do anything. Oh, wow. I completely missed the burst affinity on that. What am I doing? Insane how we basically have no unions in Texas because of right to work. Uh-huh. Did I see a wasp fly over? I think I did. Yeah, just a little bit. God, I love human rights. Please don't attack me. Well, that was a bad request, but... Oh, and it also dazes everyone! Which means we all die! Because even the ones who didn't die don't have the ability to... Don't have the ability to go revive people. Do I need to grind for this? Do I need to be, like, substantially leveled past this? Because usually I can finagle my way through a unique monster that, I'm on par with. Like, this isn't usually the big problem that it is right now. I'm gonna give it one more go, and then come back, probably. Okay, we do have a full party gauge. It'd be nice if that meant anything. Beyond, oh, you can revive people now. Yeah, I am getting slowly more frustrated with the fact that, there's no such thing as chain attacks. I miss them. I miss them. They did kind of specifically get rid of, like, the two things that made this battle system very unique. And visions make sense from a narrative standpoint. I'm not sure why they got rid of chain attacks and replaced it with something I can't use. Like, at what point will I be able to do Union Strike? I suppose I should just be constantly using shield to block whatever that attack is. I suppose knowing that the attack will eventually come does mean that I do have I have visions in a way. It's called it's called getting hit anyway. I do have visions in a way. It's called human anticipation. No, oh my god, I was about to use shield. And I'm dazed. I'm not gonna be able to heal anyone. God fucking damn it. Okay, I'm coming back. I guess I can't do this. It's sad. It's unfortunate. Gotta walk right on past it. See you later, pals. Oh, we're at the 3-hour mark. I think once I'm through here, I'll probably call it a stop. Unless there's... Defeat the slobbering Antals attacking the Pawn Spectre. Okay. Recommended level 62. Yeah, we are 65. Anyway. They didn't seem to be in the process of attacking. They were just kind of vibing there. That's one. Incensed Deca Deca. I take it that's the name of the Pawn Spectre. Hey, it's cold season. I got chapped lips. Gonna be licking my lips a lot on stream. Hope you enjoy. I don't know what I just used. Whatever it was on accident. I think it was Monado Eater. But it's dead. Deca Deca. Qualified, certified, uncontestified Pawn Spectre. Deca Deca is named Surveying New Lands' game. I wish these characters were different from each other. They give them all variations on the same line. Deca Deca really thought it was curtains for a moment there. Friend snatched life of Deca Deca from jaws of death. Yeah, we've been going for a bit. Probably gonna stop not too long after this dialogue here. When Deca Deca... Gale Super Mario Sunshine is type. When Deca Deca finished surveying area, lit monster repellent incense that got from friend. But then monsters appear. Makes no sense. Why on heck monsters not repel? Why attract? When Deca Deca take a whiff, realizes actually monster attractant incense. Friend must have put in by mistake. By mistake. Or this could be trial that fate pose for Deca Deca to challenge resolve. Fate call on Deca Deca to defeat monsters by own self. But Deca Deca do nothing, just call for help from passersby. Disappoint in self. Well, in any case, thank friends for well-timed rescue. Deca Deca, not forget this kindness. Cool. By the by, did friends see Chief 1-1 somewhere, maybe? Deca Deca have to hand in survey results. 1-1 rise in ranks very quick. Was once rookie of team, but now Chief already. Very unexpected. Must be recognition for excellent skill in punspecting. Deca Deca must follow shining example. Is key tenet of punspector organization that good effort always recognized and rewarded. Not everyone at once. Okay. We're getting a lot of blue team ones. Do you think they intentionally threw all the healing nop on here at the start? And it's blocking a health thing too. Highlightening. Okay, how far am I from the story marker? That's pretty far. I don't think I'm gonna go for that right now. So in that case, I think I'm gonna give the unique monster one more go, and regardless of how it turns out after this attempt, we will be done for the night. If estimates are to be believed, we are a quarter of the way through this. Which, you know, is a lot considering we just played another game. But it is nice knowing it's not too long. Shouldn't be. Oh, we toppled it. Okay. Please daze it. Gonna kind of just be spamming shield, hoping that it does in fact block the attack that keeps killing all of us. I haven't seen it use the attack yet, so I have no idea if this is even effective. Oh, just used it. And we were fine. Okay. So just need to be on guard using shield wherever possible. This is going a lot better. Please do shield before he does it again. Okay. Gonna cut out early, super tired. Completely fair. See y'all later. Okay, bye, Donnie. Well, bye. Shouldn't be missing a lot. I'll be ending it right after this. Alright, we're surviving. Okay, I was just going about this wrong. I just need to remember I do in fact still have Monado arts that can be used to counter things. So the replacement for visions is trial and error, apparently. How do I feel about this? Whatever. Okay. Cool, we did it. Let us grab the spoil. Official staff madcap stopper. Okay. And some gems, which is the real reason I'm here. Gotta say, I do really appreciate that they cut out the middleman on gem crafting. Not that I dislike gem crafting, it's just a lot of times I would not have... a lot of times I just wouldn't do it. I'd be like, oh, the gems I already have are fine. I don't want to have to go through a process to grab a bunch of things that I may end up using. Anyway, we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Nopon following us. Thank you, pals, for joining me. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, we'll walk up through this cave. And what are we doing at the moment? We just gotta look around. We're currently on our way trying to get to Alchemoth, which has apparently been taken over by the Fog King. Whatever that is. We'll see what the villain of this epilogue ends up being like. But thank you, pals, for joining me. Next time on Xenoblade, we're going to be heading off to Alchemoth. That'll probably be Wednesday. It is possible that it will not be because I do have an exam on Friday that I might want to prepare for. So if that's the case, might not stream Thursday. I'll, of course, let you know on Discord and potentially Twitter. Thank you, pals, for joining me. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna find the goodbye screen, wherever that is. Good night, everyone. Have a good rest. Good night, Thomas. Good night, anyone else who happens to still be here. See you, pals, later. Bye-bye.